Happy Wednesday. This is Lynn with Feather Song Crochet. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back. If you've been here before, welcome. If you're brand new, you came in a good week because today we are going to start a new project. This is week 3. The month of March has been what I call yarny inspiration, and we're doing things with yarn other than crocheting. Week 1, we did some yarn art together, and that's with yarn and glue basically. Last week we did string art. I made this little bunny. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing the bunny. It wasn't as messy, and we did more. So this week we're going to be doing something called Bargello. Okay, so what you need for Bargello is a plastic canvas. I cut mine 5 by 7, just a small sample size. And you will need a tapestry needle, and you'll need some yarn. I picked up 5 pretty full skeins of blues and grays. So that's what I'm going to use on my project. But I did some research online, and you can make all kinds of things with this technique. A planter, planter holder, a wall hanging, and it could go from a simple to very complex. I saw some really pretty ones online. So you and I together are going to try Bargello. So let's hop right in. Okay, another thing I forgot you're going to need is a pair of scissors, because they tell you to cut your yarn. I went ahead and threaded it. They tell you to cut your arm about hand to elbow length, so you're not working with too much at a time. Okay, so we're going to start with the gray. Now, the other thing that they say is you must work from bottom to top and from left to right. So you're going to go in your first space here, and then hold this behind you. Hold this extra little piece behind you. Leave about 1 inch. Okay, and then we're going to go up. Let's see here. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3. We're going to go up 5 spaces. Okay, and then as you go, you're going to put that extra piece of string behind your finger to hold it there. And you could make it as tall as you want, and you could go across as far as you want. My idea, I'm going to kind of do, here I'll show you a picture of what I'm kind of going to do. Whoops, now see, I messed up. I messed up here, so I'm gonna you can take this one out. You gotta take that out. Okay, so here you can see I went ahead and did 4 stitches in my gray, kind of a stair step kind of technique. And then to my next block, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm moving up a little bit. So let's see if I can do this. If any of you guys have a handle on how to do, because I'm using my little neck holder thing with my camera, but it is not easy. I haven't got used to doing this yet, so you'll have to forgive me for it being a little fuzzy. Okay, so here we have 4 little blocks of 4 stair stepping up, and that's about at the middle. I've got to about the middle of my canvas. So I'm going to show you how to do the back, how to tuck in the back thread. Basically, I've only got about this much left. So before I start going down the other side or coming up the other side, I'm going to put this through these 4. There we go. And that will hold in this thread, hopefully. There we go. And you just snip off the little end here, and that holds it in. Does that make sense? And I'm sure you can find patterns online if you don't want to do this pattern. And see, it's going to look similar back to front. But so yeah, so here's what I got so far. I'm going to do the same thing in gray down this side, and then just go with different colors up each way of the plastic canvas. So it's kind of like, we call it cross stitch in a way, but easier probably. But I think this is going to be really cute. So let's keep going, and I'll meet you back here in a little bit. Okay, so as you see, I went up. I did 4 blocks of 4, and as it turned out, I got lucky and it came out even at the end here. So then turn it over. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I cut it a little too long. I'm going to cut this and tuck it in, and then we're going to start on the dark blue. Okay, I think as we're recording, I'm just going to pop in and out and show you guys my progress. Okay, so we finished this. We start with a different color. Now, you want to put it in the same spot as that last one, or else you're going to have a space showing of the plastic. You know what I mean? So I started here. I'm just following the line. So you're going to go in this, the same hole as what the last color is in, if that makes sense. And then you count up. Here we go. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to follow this gray until we get to the top and back down. All right, so I did my blue part. What I discovered was the stitches got a little shorter on the top. I think that was because we went into the same hole as the color before, and I counted up 5. I probably should have counted up a little shorter. Like I said, this is the first time trying, so we are learning together. So I got about to here, and then I started from down here and went up. So now I'm going to move on to this color. I'm going to put it below here, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so as I'm going along, I am discovering that my stitches are a little bit off. Like here, I started with the dark gray and I've got 6. And over here, I think I'm only going to have 5 here. So anyway, I mean, I think it's, for my first time, I think it start to look pretty decent. Now, again, on the back, remember, you have to, let's see if I can get up close here. You have to pull as you're starting at the bottom, you hold that down so that you can stitch over it. And then at the end, see, where did I end last? You have to slide your needle, pull it, and snip at the end. Okay, I did end up tying a little knot here because I came up, and then I came up, and I tied a little knot. So I am eventually, I think I might frame this, so the knot's not going to show on the back or make any difference. But so far, this is what I have. Let's keep going. Okay, so now I did the top part in all gray just because of time constraints, and I wanted to see how that would look. So I think that looks cool. I'm going to put all white down through here, and then I think a little bit of white up here, and then I'm going to put a light blue in the middle. So, yeah, this is kind of fun. It's kind of relaxing. I like doing the, I'm enjoying this. It's really kind of relaxing. And you know what? I mentioned patterns online. I'm sure if you went by a pattern, you would have a little bit of an easier time with this than what I'm doing. But not that it's hard at all, but it is, you have to do some counting. But that's with crochet too. So let's see here. Yeah, so I'm just going to finish this all in white, and then I'm going to start some white up here. I haven't decided where yet, but I will meet you back here in a few minutes. All right, so as you can see, my first Bargello project turned out pretty good. Now, I'm going to add this light blue color here and here, and then it'll be done. And also I discovered I have an extra row over here, so I'm going to cut that off. And then I think I'm going to get a little 5x7 frame and frame it. I think that's really cute for my first time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. Now, The back of mine does not look as good as the videos that showed it much more evenly and there were no knots or anything. But I thought, well, this is how I'm going to hold mine together today. All right. Let me see if I can whip up this blue real quick and see you in a minute. All right. I was able to complete it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I think it's pretty. It looks Art Deco to me. Or if you turn it this way, it looks kind of Native American. So, yeah, I think for my first time, I did pretty good, and I'm sure yours is going to turn out great too. All right, stay tuned next week, everybody, for week number 4 of Yarny Inspiration. I hope you enjoyed our Bargello project today. Would love to see yours if you're able to do that. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.